Welcome to AutoSave. My name is Nick Andrade, and I'm here with my co-host Camille Salazar-Hadaway. And on this episode of AutoSave, it's our teaser into our next game, Gotham Knights. Cam, for people who haven't listened to us, maybe explain what this podcast is all about.
Yeah, so here on AutoSave, we are talking video games, but not your average video game podcast. We are like the cool, hip book club brother or sister podcast.
I agree.
But for video games.
Especially, I think a lot of podcasts in the video game space talk about news and what's going on in the industry. Where we pick one game, and through 10 episodes, we go through the entire game in depth. We go through boss fights, as I love. We go through every mission, and we talk about character development. We talk about the main characters. We talk about if we trust characters, which is big on our walkthroughs as well. But it's kind of a book club. It's kind of a walkthrough. If you've played the game before, you can kind of reminisce, or if you're going through it with us, that's something that seems like a fun way to go through a game. You play a chapter and then you listen to us, or you listen to us and then play a chapter, whichever way you don't want to get spoiled. But I think it's a fun way to kind of go through video games.
It is a really cool way, especially going through it with other people, which I get to go through with you, Nick. But we also do sprinkle in some of the news in our monthly Patreon episodes where we could probably talk forever about what's going on in the industry, which is why we have to limit it to just monthly, or else,
yes,
we'd have a lot of episodes.
Yes. And in our 10 episode arc, we go through the game, but on our Patreon, we also go through our final ratings of the game, which I think is a really important aspect, because normally I'm really nice and give really good ratings, and normally you're also nice, but maybe a little bit more critical.
Am I the terror in this? Am I the trouble?
I'm the one who kind of takes it off the rails, and I think you bring it back in a little bit, because, I love questions of the day, which is...
And I have a question for you, Nick. What is the next game we will be covering?
Good question. Also, great segue. Gotham Knights is the next game that we are playing. And this is a game where we've only done this once. We are playing it as it releases. A lot of some of the games that we've played have either come out in the past, or a few months later on we start to play. This one is coming out pretty much the week that we start doing episodes, which is really exciting. We've only done that once with Guardians of the Galaxy, which was also such a super fun game to play. This is also comic book related, which we've done a few as well. And I'm just super excited to see where it goes, especially without Batman.
Yeah, how is that going to work? And we haven't really, we've got actually a lot of looks. At the beginning, we didn't know quite much, but I feel like we're in the end game now, where they're just pushing out content nonstop. So we're really getting a good glimpse of what we can expect from this game.
And also, you can play as 4 characters. You can play as Red Hood, Nightwing, Robin, and Batgirl. And I feel like that gives a kind of, every Arkham game has had Batman as the main character, which is great. But we've seen these characters in their periphery, and now we can kind of get more of a story arc from them, which I think is really exciting. It doesn't always got to be about Batman. I understand. I love Batman. Okay.
It's not about you, Batman. It's also about your sidekicks as well.
Yeah. And it's a great way to kind of expand this universe and see where it goes, especially Batman is in retirement. We did see him, I'm going to say spoiler alert for Arkham Knight, die at the end, but he probably didn't die. He's probably around.
Or he did die.
No. He's definitely, just like in the end of Dark Knight Rises, he's in a cafe in Italy giving a nod to Alfred.
So you think he's pulling an Elvis? He's like on Mars or something.
Well, I don't even know if I agree with the Elvis theory that he's on Mars. But yes, I do think he's still alive.
All right, well, I'm excited to see, but I'm also excited to see how the combat will work in this game, because we got to see a couple fights already and scenes with Harley Quinn. We know some of our favorite villains are coming back, so it will be hopefully very satisfying to take them down alongside a friend, because you can play with friends.
So we need to either coordinate if we're playing this game together or separately. We'll decide that later on. But again, you can play co-op, which is really exciting. And the combat is a little different from the Arkham games.
Yeah.
And we're probably getting more in depth in the actual episodes, but I'm excited to see where it goes. Gotham Knights. That's our next game. Let's see where it goes. I'm super excited. New episodes are going to be out every Tuesday. Again, we have a 10-episode arc for each game that we play, and this will be the same with Gotham Knight. And again, they come out every Tuesday, so please subscribe to our feed wherever you get your podcasts. We would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you want to subscribe to our Patreon, and let's see how it goes. Gotham Knights, our next episode, coming at you next week.
Same bat time, same bat channel here on AutoSave.